What's up, guys? This is a OU battle that I got on the Smogon Battle Finder. Um, it's against a guy named Blish, and looking at his team, I most people just put their lead in the first slot, so pretty much just predicting that it's going to be a Toxic Croak lead. So I just go right on ahead and lead with my melodic to Haze because I know they like to swords dance and stuff. Um, but he did say that this was a Clear Skies battle, so he was not able to use his rain team, and that's normally what he likes. So this team was a bit like messed up, and so that means this Toxic Croak is probably from his rain team and probably has the dry skin. I'm not going to attack him because of that with Scald. And so he switches out to Ferrothorn, and I switch out to Torkoal to take advantage of dry skin, and I know he can wall Toxic Croak, but he switches out to Ferrothorn for me. So I'm going to be able to get up a Yawn on the switch, and this turn I'm going to put up Stealth Rock, as he is going to go for the Rock Slide, and that's not going to do a whole lot of damage. And, you know, I was really kind of surprised that he was physical because most of his team is physical, except for Zoroark, which could be special, or this, which could be special. But running a special Zoroark with nothing else doesn't seem like the brightest thing to do because then you wouldn't be able to play him off as any other Pokemon. So anyway, he goes for the Outrage as I go for the Yawn, and that means he's going to be locked in and he's going to fall asleep, and I'm going to be able to switch to Metagross. I know I can live an Outrage easily because of the typing and because I do have quite a bit of HP investment into this. And I'm predicting he's going to switch out to Ferrothorn, but I go for an Agility anyway, just in case he doesn't want to. And so in comes Ferrothorn, and I Agility up. And I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? I really don't think I'm gonna seriously try and go and straight up take this thing out, even though I know it's gonna be a 3-hit KO. I think a 3-hit KO is pretty much any standard Ferrothorn. So, but I decided to go for it because I don't think he's gonna be able to really do anything to me. I know he can get up Leech Seed, but I still think I can take him out. So he gets up Stealth Rock into Leech Seed, and I'm just going to go for another Earthquake. I'm kind of hoping he doesn't have Protect. I know if I was going to be lame enough to use a Ferrothorn, I would pretty much definitely use Leech Seed Protect. Because I just don't really see any other way to run a Ferrothorn since he has no reliable recovery, and that's what he has to rely on. And I'd probably either run like a combination of spikes and, I don't know, Power Whip or Thunder Wave, or I would run Curse Skyrable, but always got to have that Leech Seed Protect. So I'm predicting he's going to go out to Salamence, since I don't think he'd want to let his Ferrothorn die, but I figured since it's asleep, no point in really making that prediction, and I don't think he really wants to keep him in now, but I know he can't do anything to this Metagross, is basically what I'm trying to say, so I'm really not trying to predict at all. I'm just going for the common sense move. I'm predicting this turn he's going to go back out to Salamence, but again, I'm not trying to predict. I'm just going for what makes sense. So I go for an Earthquake this turn, and he's going to stay in for me and allow me to take it out. I guess maybe he thought he'd outspeed me, but he does not. And I knew I would have been able to take Mach Punch or Vacuum Wave or something had he wanted to do that. And so now he's going to bring in Salamence, and since Salamence obviously isn't going to do anything, so that pretty much means he's just trying to bait out an Earthquake as he can switch, or bait out a Ice Punch, and he can switch something into that. So he switches in Ferrothorn, and I get a crit. I guess that was a bit lucky. You know, I don't think it really would have mattered all that much. But that takes me down to some pretty low health because he's running Iron Barbs and a Rocky Helmet. And if you're really not running Leftovers, and Leech Seed is your only form of recovery, you definitely need Protect there. So in comes Toxicroak, and I look at a type chart real fast just to make sure that Meteor Mash isn't resisted by anything that Toxicroak is. So since it's not, I just go for the stabbed Meteor Mash, as that's my most powerful attack. Always hoping for that attack raise, almost never get it. So he sends in Toxicroak again, and I'm just, this time I see that he was, like, I can see now that he was at full health and took Stealth Rock. So that was a sign right away that it was Zoroark and not Toxicroak, but either way, no reason for me to use anything but Meteor Mash there, except for accuracy, but I'm not really worried about it. So now in comes Scizor. He should have done this a long time ago, and Earthquake is my best bet. Normally it does about a 3-hit KO, and that does a little bit more than I would have expected. But of course, since this is not a choice band set, he's no, it was the freaking Leech Seed that it was. The Leech Seed is what gave him back that extra health. So because of his Ferrothorn, that means his Scizor is going to be able to get up a Swords Dance and then proceed to finish off Metagross. And so I go to my physical wall this turn, Zapdos, who I know can pretty much 3-hit KO with Thunderbolt. And since he's in the red, it's going to be fine. And he's just going to go straight up for that Bullet Punch. And at first I'm like, wow, +2 Bullet Punch doing that much. But it was a critical hit. So that's why. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to roost off because I did finish him. So now he's going to send in his actual Toxicroak. That's his last Pokemon. And I'm pretty sure I can outspeed this thing because I do have quite a bit of speed investment in Zapdos. And also, Sucker Punch is an option. So I go for a Roost just to be safe. And now that I'm up at full health, predicting that he's either going to Sucker Punch again or Drain Punch, predicting that I'll Roost again. So I sub, hoping that he is going to try and Sucker Punch, but he goes for the Drain Punch. However, since I'm a flying type and it's not very effective, it still was not enough to break the sub, thanks to heavy defense investment. So this turn I'm just going to go for a Thunderbolt, and that will almost do enough to finish him off. I know that since his Drain Punch is just barely doing enough to break my sub, I know I'm going to be able to live a Sucker Punch fairly easy from here. So at this point, it's a good game. Had a fun match. I think he plans on setting up a YouTube channel, so when he does, and I'm informed of this, I will leave a link in the description so you can check him out too. Again, this wasn't really his play style. Normally he's running Rain, so he didn't really have a he wasn't really used to this, I should say, and this team wasn't really able to be put together correctly since I'd imagine since he doesn't really not use weather. So yeah. Anyways, good game. Had fun battling. See y'all later. Bye.